city of Stonehelm, crossroads of money and magic. Deliver the crystal to Menelag and we can be on our way.
I hope so. It's been pretty dull.
We should go back to the city, where it's safe.
The farther we get, the better.
It's our home.
It'll be our too if you don't drive faster. There's an army of necromancers coming.
Necromancers. Fenrig didn't say anything about them.
Master Fenrig rarely tells everything he knows. Hurry, we'll be safer inside.
Hey YouTubers, Max18363 here, part 2 of my Dark Messiah Might and Magic playthrough with narration.
Taking 5 minutes and that's it. Those undead devils aren't here yet.
So I guess you may be a bit confused after that first video if you're maybe not familiar with Might and Magic universe. But I have plenty of time to cover all that. We're now at the free city of Stonehelm, and we're here to deliver the crystal to a wizard.
I'm the envoy from Master Fenrig, with a message for the wizard Menelag.
That's Lord Menelag. Got any proof? We're a little wary of strangers these days.
I have a letter of introduction.
Let me see it then. By special request of Lord Menelag. And there's a seal. Let me welcome you to Stonehelm. We'll stable your horse for you if it pleases you, sir.
Of course. Can you tell me where to find Menelag?
Certainly, sir. You go uphill past the Golden Ribbon and sweet dragon's blood. What's that? Get inside, quickly!
They're here. They're really here. What are we going to do?
Run! Dragon's preserved! Find some cover! Look out! Take shelter! Get down!
So we're here to deliver a crystal to a wizard, and just as we get here, an undead Cyclops turns up to ruin the party. Now this isn't a combat sequence, this is basically just run for your life. We don't actually have any weapons at the moment, we're completely unarmed, so it's just escape and evasion at the moment. You need to be quick because there are ghouls that can get you if you're not fast. Those little buggers there.
Hurry! Dragons are there and back. Shut the upper gate.
I wish he'd stop calling you that.
You! I need someone to man the ballista. Follow me.
Ballista's kind of like a giant crossbow kind of thing where it fires explosive bolts. We can't carry it with us unfortunately, but it's not fun to use. Unfortunately my shooting skills weren't up to scratch here.
Come on, Sarah. Keep up your fire. Now or never, Sarah. You have to kill it. You did it. I'd hug you if I could.
That's the all clear. They're retreating. For now.
So that's kind of most of the action for this chapter now. We're just kind of running around collecting things, sort of. So it'll give me a chance to explain a bit more about the Dark Messiah Might and Magic universe. Now, I don't know anything about the Dark Messiah. I mean, I think there's been quite a few Dark Messiah games, and I think, to my knowledge, there's sort of like turn-based fantasy kind of games. Now, I've never played any of them, but then 2006, Dark Messiah Might and Magic came along, produced by a number of studios. I need to do a bit of checking on that. I do remember seeing trailers for it shortly before it came out, and I just remember being intrigued by it because it wasn't any of this turn-based stuff. It was a first-person action game, but still set in the Might and Magic universe. Like I say, that's kind of the skill tree in the corner. You can just see in the corner there. So, like I say, it does have a slight RPG element in the sense that there are trees, skill trees.
Friend. You've got some real potential.
You've got
Thanks for your help, lad.
Got an
Let's hope
inventory
we
as
won't
well.
need it again. And we'll do it to them again if they come back.
But unlike sort of, I don't know, maybe more conventional roleplay games and stuff, you don't accumulate XP over time. It doesn't matter how many enemies you kill off, you don't grind up XP for killing lots of enemies like you do, say, in Fallout 3, for
You
example.
handle yourself pretty well in a fight. Care to join us for a pint at the Golden Rivet?
Nice shooting with that ballista, stranger. I don't know about you, but I could use a cold one.
Instead, the only way that you can grow in the game is to basically just make progress in the game and complete objectives, some of which are optional. There are a few optional objectives. So basically there is a certain number of skill points in the game available. And like I say, you need to complete objectives and stuff to unlock these skill points. You can then put these skill points towards your skill tree. There's 3 trees. There's combat, there's a magic tree, and then there's a miscellaneous tree.
Sorry.
Miscellaneous tree has your stealth abilities, and as well as kind of endurance.
I need to make sure all the cisterns are full in case they come again.
And just kind of little miscellaneous bits and bobs like that. There is a total of, and this is the absolute maximum, I can confirm this with certainty, there is a maximum of 88 skill points available in the game if you complete all the optional objectives in the game. Now that sounds pretty tasty, except, like I say, the skill trees are fairly extensive and there just simply isn't enough points to put everything up. Not even half the points. So for me, this is one of the things that I love about Dark Messiah, because it forces you to make some really interesting choices, because you can put up certain skills but you have to forego
Bulls don't
others.
swim well.
What do we do with the bodies? If the necromancers get their hands on them?
We might have to open up the necropolis.
Like I've said before, we're playing this on hard difficulty.
They've got you fooled too, I see. But they can't fool me. And I tell you, the streets aren't safe. The city could be filled with necromancer spies. Was that parasite Arontier with them? Did you see him?
Oh, for dragon's sake.
Mind your step there. They tried launching skeletons over the wall.
What happened to him?
Splintered on impact, mostly. It's a right mess.
So being hard mode, I mean, the skill tree, the skills that I go for, I think,
Be with you presently, squire.
Like ghouls is thirsty.
They seem to sell more than just ale here.
create a kind of fairly flexible build.
I see the ale is particularly strong here.
Out of the kitchen.
I kind of focus more on combat abilities / stealth abilities.
What are you waiting for?
I do take a few magic spells,
You
but
really
I
have a way with women, don't you?
more or less just neglect magic, to be honest with you. I mean, I take a few essential spells, like there's a healing spell and stuff like that. There's a sanctuary spell as well, so those are very useful for the harder setting. But otherwise, I don't really bother with the other more offensive magic. Focus more on combat and stealth and stuff like that. So I think it's probably the best, one of the better combat character builds that you can take in the game. But each to their own. Now this is a cool little secret area there. What I'm looking at right there is a staff. Now, you will notice a slight edit there. Hopefully I've managed to seam it in nicely, because that's quite a difficult jump, that, okay? That is quite a difficult jump, and it did take me about 6 attempts to do it. So I did edit those 5 jumps out, that's why I got it first time there. You can, I mean, I purchased Telekinesis at the start of the video there. I could have just grabbed the staff with my Telekinesis spell, but it's just to show you that if you don't have that, you can jump up there. It is tricky, but you can do it. There's a health potion and stuff in there as well. So I'll explain a bit more about weapons now. There are various weapons available in the game. If you've played any kind of fantasy game before, they should all be familiar to you. Swords, bows, daggers, staffs, some of which are magical, some of which are just combat based. They're quite good for stunning enemies actually. If you hit them in the head, it tends to stun them. And the staff that I picked up there in that secret area is actually slightly better than your default staff, that's why I go for it. I think purists of this game tend to, like, if they're going for, say, a character build, they'll just take swords, they don't bother with any of the other weapons, but I like to keep my options open as much as I can. I'm not trying to be a jack of all trades, but I do like to try and be, kind of create as flexible a character as I can. Oh, and I put points into archery as well, so, but I'll probably build up my archery skill towards the end of the game, because at the start of the game on hard mode, bow and arrows are pretty much useless. Even if you hit them right in the head, it still doesn't kill them, unless you're prepared to fire off multiple arrows. Like I say, hard mode's a bit overpowered because all the enemies have health bars over their frickin' heads. So you have to make use of your instant kills. If you can get an enemy on the ground, you have the option to impale them with a sword or dagger, which is usually an instant kill. If not, it does massive damage to them, so you need to make use of your instant kills, impale them on the ground, kick them into fires, kick them off ledges, bash them into spiked beds, throw heavy objects at them. That tends to do quite a lot of damage, stuff like that, It is a challenge. Those were the, if I pronounce it right, the gutting Kriss at Daggers. They have a chance of doing double damage, critical hits, and they've also got a damage rating of 4, which at this point in the game is bloody brilliant. I can't actually use them right now, that's another point I need to make, is that a lot of the weapons have prerequisite skills. So for example, the best swords in the game can only be used if you have the strength skill trees put up. Best daggers can only be taken if you've put your stealth skills up. Best bows can't be used until you've got your archery skill and so on.
To wash the blood out of these. Wash out the blood.
It is slightly contrived, but like I say, not only do you need to think about where do you want to put your skill points and what skills do you want to use, but that also affects what weapons, armours and abilities that you can actually use as well, because if you totally neglect your magic ability, say, or mana ability, you won't be able to use the strongest staffs in the game.
You know what they say about the size of a man's front gate? That big one must be Menelag's.
If you neglect strength, you won't be able to use the best swords in the game, because you need to have strength, high strength levels to be able to use the best swords in the game. It is slightly contrived, it's not the best system, but I do like the fact that it kind of forces you to make some rather interesting choices. I think this is kind of the last secret bit in the game. You don't have to do all this, I just like to collect stuff up, show you as many of the secret areas as I can. I think there's just like a full health potion in here. I think originally Dark Messiah was meant to have more of these kind of hub-like levels in between missions. I think, as it turns out, this is the only one. Every other level has rather a lot of combat and stuff in it. So hopefully explained a bit more about gameplay and stuff. I mean, there is a lot to think about. It is a subtly complex game, actually. There is a lot to think about in terms of where you want to put your skills, what weapons you want to use, and so on. But that's kind of it from me now. It's just cutscenes and stuff now. This is a lovely Liana,
Excuse me.
Wizard's daughter, and I'll see you in the next
You
part.
must be the envoy. Here's our guest. Bye, God.
Okay.
I'm here to see the Wizard Lord Menelag, on behalf of Master Fenrir.
You must be Seraph. I was getting worried about you, though maybe for no reason. Uncle said you helped kill a Cyclops. No, sorry. I'm Lyanna, Menelag's niece and pupil.
Niece? Pupil?
Uncle will be so pleased to see you. But you'll want to wash up before dinner. Please, follow me.
With pleasure. I mean, yes. Excellent.
Guard! Please open the portcullis!
Yes, lady.
We've had a feast prepared in your honor, you know. Come along. I'd like to get inside and put the gate down before Garth comes back. Welcome to the House of Menelag.
So, you're Sareth. Good to see you, lad. With those necromancers at the walls, watch it with that. I was getting worried. I trust you brought the Shantiri crystal. Of course you have. Good. I'll take that, my lad, for safekeeping. Tomorrow we sail with it, careful with that soup there, to the Temple Isle, resting place of the Skull of Shadows. Let Arentir throw his army against the walls. We'll be off sealing his doom.
Don't dismiss Arentir too lightly. There are rumors that he might be the Dark Messiah.
You're stuffing nonsense, girl. All three of us know better than that.
But the time is right for the prophecy.
I'll worry about dusty old prophecies. You worry about the expedition. You're in charge of it, after all.
Of course, Uncle. Good night. And to you too, Sareth.
Please don't tell me you find that sort of thing cute.
Listen well, boy. I know why you're really here, but Lyanna doesn't, and we'll keep it that way. Fenric's business doesn't touch her. Understood?
What are you talking about?
Perhaps you don't know. And that's probably for the best. The servants will show you to the guest house. Get some sleep, hero. We sail with the morning tide.